welcome back to another episode of
The Fuzzy Pod. I'm your host, Megan.
And I'm your host, Maddie.
And here on the Fuzzy Pod, we talk about all things nostalgia. Maddie, what are we going to be diving into today?
Ooh, it's going to be a good one, you guys. So today, we're going to be talking about we really thought the careers we thought we were going to have as children. And we really thought we were. We really thought we were. And we also wanted to hear from you guys. So we asked a little question on our Instagram about what you really thought your career was going to be when you were younger. And boy, am I excited to read some of those.
But before we get into what careers we thought we would have as children, we are going to do a little segment of fuzzy thoughts. Maddie had a fuzzy thought, or just like, it's more of
what's
been going on.
Maybe it's a that's fuzzed up, actually, because I don't know if anyone else is experiencing this, but from what I can tell in the comments section of Instagram, specifically, for some reason, I'm getting very old Justin Bieber Instagram posts.
We're talking over 10 years old being promoted on the homepage.
Even more specifically, exclusively pictures of him and Selena Gomez that he posted back in 2011. For why? And I don't understand what Instagram is doing. Apparently, people are also seeing Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello as well, like old posts. And I've been looking at the comments for all these posts because I'm like, am I the only one seeing these? No. Thousands of comments. Like, why am I seeing this now? Crying. Why are they doing this to us? What's Instagram up to? It's just flooded with comments.
Instagram really is uncertain of their future, and they're like, what is our next move? You know what? We're going to stir the pot. We're going to resurface these things.
Okay.
When Selena's now in a happy relationship and Justin and Haley are doing their thing,
let's just stir up some old stuff and just see what happens. So I need to hear from our Fuzzy Pod community here, and I need to know if you guys are also seeing this, because you're not seeing it.
I mean, I don't spend a ton of time on my homepage of Instagram.
Neither do I, okay, to be fair. Every once in a while I click on there, and now I'm just invested. Now I'm just invested in the drama because it keeps happening.
Because the more people click on it, they're going to start showing more and more and more Jelena content to you. Old Jelena content.
Why are they doing this?
They are in it for the drama. I'm telling you, a lot of these big brands, they just want to watch the world burn.
I'm kind of for it, though. It feels like Instagram's like villain arc.
Yeah.
And I kind of love this journey for them.
Maybe they're trying something new and they're experimenting with what pushing old content does. But I don't know.
This could be good for you.
I know, right? Push some of my old songs.
Yeah, this could be good for you.
Push my 10-year-old songs. Not beautiful, though. Just because I don't see money on that one. But still owned by my label. I don't know how that works.
Is that the only one?
And Summer Forever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, those two songs. I don't know if I'll ever see anything from that or how that works. Because I think I have to recoup, or I don't even know if my old label is still a label. I don't know who.
There's some drama. There's some hot water there. It's fine. We'll talk about that another time. But anyways, to me, that's kind of a fuzzed up moment. And I have fuzzy thoughts about it because you guys know me and you know I'm here for the conspiracy theory.
Okay, so what is your leading conspiracy theory on why they are showing you Jelena pictures?
They know something we don't.
They've seen DMs.
They are going to leak the DMs, okay?
Allegedly.
Okay.
Allegedly. Conspiracy. Just putting all these words out there because this is not what we actually think.
Oh, okay.
Okay. No.
Never mind.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Weren't you going to be a lawyer? That's a good transition into what we thought we would be as children.
I don't know. Listen. My 2024 prediction, okay, I'm going to throw it back to last week's episode.
Okay, go. Take the floor.
Is we will see Jelena back together by the end of the year.
Please. 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 She said, DRAMA, give me the drama.
I'm totally kidding. I'm happy for them. They're both in happy relationships. Although I did see a photo of Selena and Benny sitting courtside.
It was cute.
It was cute.
What?
Has he heard of tweezers? I'm just gonna throw that.
I think
out
some
there.
people like are.
It's on purpose.
Yeah, I don't think they care. It's like a don't care thing. Just like the unibrow's kind of in for some people, I think. Yeah. Just kind of rock it. The Frida.
Yeah, but he's not Frida.
He's a very good songwriter and producer.
Okay, I'm not asking about that. I'm asking about the aesthetic of a unibrow.
In general?
Why are you trying to be a politician here?
Do you not see my outfit?
Politician was not on the list of future careers for Megan.
No, I don't think it was. But
maybe.
But maybe. And maybe for some of you, because we're going to be reading your submissions of what you thought you would be when you grew up.
She's really trying to... You're doing the evasive moves about this unibrow. It has nothing to do with him as a person. I'm just curious what your thoughts are on the aesthetic of a unibrow.
I literally, I don't care enough about other people's unibrows.
But why? If it's not like a full unibrow, I think that's where I have an issue. It's kind of like when someone has like a patchy mustache or something.
No, yeah, I understand. It's like just like either you have to like go all in or not.
That's
like
kind of how I feel. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. It's the peach fuzz of it all.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. It's the Pantone peach fuzz of it all. All right. Since Megan desperately wants to stop talking about unibrows, we will transition into...
I'm just excited to get into
I know you're very
this
excited.
episode
I'm excited too.
Because we, again, asked to hear from you guys about what careers you wanted to have when you were a kid, and you delivered. I feel like this prompt resonated with a lot of people.
We have never seen such fast responses.
No, not such fast responses, so many responses. And it was really fun to see like the kinds of careers that we dreamed up when we were kids. And I think we just should go ahead and get into it. We should start with a group career that we both shared, Maddie and I.
We're going to start with us first, right? Because this is our show.
This is our show.
Our story.
It's our podcast, our stories.
We're the main characters. We had shared aspirations and career choices that as children we really thought were going to happen.
And the first one that you have definitely heard of multiple times here is we both seriously thought that we would be professional puppeteers.
It's true.
I mean, we spent hours practicing.
We did. We spent many hours practicing.
Apparently, we had a gig at a Pizza Hut that I forgot about.
Yeah, we did a full performance multiple times. Apparently, we had what our father would call a gig. In quotes. Still haven't seen the paycheck from that.
Yeah, Pizza Hut, where's my money?
Where's my pizza? Where's my money? Where's my free pizza for life for that stellar performance? But yeah, we took it seriously. We really thought.
We would exercise our arm strength.
We would hold up cans of soup.
Yeah, because we weren't lifting weights because we were, 11? Not even. 8 years old, maybe. Well, no, that would have made you 4.
No, we were older.
So we would have been older.
We started when we were younger with the little hand puppets.
Yes.
And then we progressively got the legitimate.
Because we had to work on our arm strength. So if you don't know, when you're first starting off with puppets, at least this is the way we were taught. We started out with not using an actual puppet, but just getting our hand movement down. But to bring some life to your hands, to kind of start imagining what this puppet would be like, there were these things they sold called peepers.
You can't make this up.
You can't make this up. It was like a ring that you would wear on your middle finger, and it had eyes.
Two little eyes?
You had 2 little eyes. So then when you were holding your hand up in position like you would if you had a puppet
real
on
puppet.
it, you now had eyes. And I always thought that name was so funny, even as a kid.
Jeepers.
Peepers. Where'd you get those
creepers.
peepers? Oh. Yeah. And so we practiced with those for a really long time. Then we kind of moved up to these lighter felt ones that were kind of lightweight. And they had crazy googly eyes and
little hair.
Fuzzy hair.
Yeah, fuzzy hair.
They were adorable.
They were actually really cute.
And you know that we were dedicated to our craft because there came a Christmas where we came down the stairs on Christmas morning. And what do we see by the tree? But 2 beautiful puppets, blacklight puppetry, because that was a niche we were into.
We were going to make our millions off of this, right? But yeah, the blacklight puppets, they like were neon. Beautiful. They're everything.
Oh, and we would literally wear full black outfits. So
Yeah.
you couldn't see us, like full face mask and everything. And it was everything. And I legitimately thought that this is my ministry.
This is how I'm going to spread the word of the good Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
I'm crying. Oh my gosh. And I was like, this is my career. This is what I'm called to do. I don't know when that transition.
When did we let go of that dream?
I just think other dreams came to the forefront because
she wanted a solo career. That's what happened. But she needed me for the puppets. But she was like, you know what I can do by myself? I can be a singer.
Well, I was going to say, what's surprising looking back is the crossover between when I let go of like puppetry and then decided to pursue music were closer than I realized.
Yes.
Because I was pretty young when I was like, I'm going to do music. I was around 14.
Yeah.
So I probably was just barely letting go of puppets. And that's something I never really thought about, that they were close.
Here's the thing. We're saying that this was a childhood dream, but it's something that we frequently still talk about. So don't be surprised if we bring that back in some capacity.
Oh my gosh. I already low-key did on my stream with Cooper. If you know, Pinky. I just made up the name on the spot, but it was a puppet that I brought down to show my community, my old puppet skills. And is it a pink puppet? Maybe. But besides being puppeteers, there was another career that we felt were calling both of our names for a short period. What was that, Maddie?
That was that we really were convinced that we were going to be in a circus.
We really did.
And this was not just limited to, conversation, or we're women of action. Okay? So when we have our mind set on something, we will try it out.
We'll dip our toes into what it's like to be in a circus, even though we know nothing about being in the circus and what that entails. But we try to mimic the things that we see.
I think what happens is, and for us, and I'm sure all kids were like this and are like this, you go and you see something. Like, we probably saw a circus.
Yeah, 100%.
And then we were like, came home and we were like, we can do that.
We can totally do that. I have hula hoops. Let's make this work. I have a dog that can maybe jump through a hoop. It's basically.
Definitely couldn't. But yes, we spent a few afternoons.
Yeah.
Doing various circus-like activities. I really thought I could be an acrobat.
Yes.
Because I never was confirmed double jointed, but I'm pretty sure.
You were in gymnastics and things of that sort.
I was in gymnastics. I quit gymnastics like 4 times.
Honestly, you did it longer than me. I think I went to like 4 sessions and I was like, this ain't for me. My body ain't built for this.
Actually, to be fair, our mom confessed to me that there was a few times that she pulled me out of gymnastics because I was getting too close to learning how to do flips. And she didn't want me to get hurt myself.
She held you back from your
true potential.
Me back.
I could have been an Olympian.
You could have been an Olympian. You could have been in the circus.
What I could have been. But anyway, so we really thought that, okay, we're performers, right? We can do this. And one very strong core memory of mine that I will never forget. You guys know that I don't remember very much, but this will never go away. And that was, our parents were out of town. I think we were being
babysat by someone, yeah.
Where was the babysitter now that I'm thinking about
There was no adult around. They were close by.
Present. And we were definitely, I was young.
Yeah.
Like, I was like 5.
Yeah.
Or 6. And Megan was like, all right, Maddie, as she normally did, bossing me around when I was young.
She was the ringleader.
She goes, all right, I'm going to be the, whatever. Like, I'm going to...
Master of ceremonies.
Yes,
or
whatever they're called.
Whatever they're called. Ringmaster.
And she was like, I'm going to basically tell you what to do. And one of those things is going to be, I'm going to go up to the second floor of the house. I'm going to throw this like rope over with this hula hoop attached to it. You're going to sit in it, okay?
Like an
You're going to
acrobat.
sit in it and I'm going to pulley you up, okay? Like it's going to be some sort of pulley system, except for we had yarn. Okay, this was not a rope. This was yarn. Like a spool of yarn. Yeah, you're thinking correctly. And a hula hoop and little me sitting in it, going like waving, like thinking I'm doing something. Now, don't worry. I know what you're thinking. Oh my gosh, that's so dangerous. You could hurt yourself. Never broke a bone.
Yeah, they're like, well, yarn probably could not lift it.
Well, don't worry though. My big sis was looking out for me. She made sure I had a pillow secured to the front and the back.
Wrapped
around, okay? Don't worry. I was wearing a helmet
knee
pads. Probably wrist pads too.
Yeah.
Probably goggles.
We really thought that you were about to like be like lifted to the second floor. Like 8-year-old me was going to use all the muscles I had to pull you up.
And I got off the ground. Don't you worry.
She lifted off the ground a good 2 feet. And then, yep, you guessed it. Snap. The rope snaps. She falls to the ground. Thankfully, there were pillows underneath her as well. We were prepared, okay? But I think at that moment when the rope snapped, our dreams of being circus performers did too.
Oh my gosh. I just had another memory unlocked. I think for that performance in particular, because we were preparing for a performance for our parents.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure we pivoted. And remember that like crocodile outfit onesie we had?
Yes.
I feel like that was like the same week.
We put on a play.
Yeah.
It was the crocodile and the princess.
Yes.
I wrote a play that we both performed in, and I don't remember anything about it. But we happened to own a crocodile costume from Halloween and a princess
It was
costume.
like a legit crocodile costume.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. It had like it was like a full like head on it and everything. And it was soft too.
Yeah. Good stuff. And I just want to know how 2 young kids under the age of 10 were able to collect all the supplies to do this without an adult not being like, hey, what are you guys up to?
Well,
like it took us a while, right? Like we had to get all the pillows to like put on the ground, had to strap me into all my pillows and why was I wearing knee pads in the house? No one was questioning this? No one was questioning this? Why was I wearing a helmet?
She's getting ready to go outside to roller skate.
Why did I have pillows like strapped to me? Where was the adult?
So now kids have iPads that watch them. We just had our imaginations watching us.
And we're better for it.
Okay, let's move on to the individual careers that we thought we would have. Kind of on the note of you were saying I was the older sister. I was a bit bossy. Yes.
Yes.
You know what's so funny though is like actually now I feel like I'm less bossy.
No, you're totally not bossy at all. That's why I feel fine saying it, because I feel like if you were still that way, then I wouldn't say it.
No, I don't know what was going on when I was a kid versus like what shifted in me.
I think you got scared of me.
Or maybe I just also realized the importance of collaboration.
Sure.
And valuing other people and not just being like, hello, my younger sister, you are a prop in this. But I literally was so focused on event planning. And I think that was, without realizing it, a career that I thought I wanted for a bit because I was constantly planning some new event, including, again, this goes back to you see something as a kid and then you're like, this is what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, I was exposed to the idea of a club. Didn't really know what it involved except for dancing and music. And I mean, which, yeah, that's basically the majority of it. I didn't know about the adult beverage part of it. But I decided that I want to be a club owner. And so that's what I did. I made posters. I had some lights that I had. I think the club was in my room.
It was.
And I even went as far as to hire my cousin to DJ Pepe. And I just have to mention, I do think that this is kind of cute, that the fact that she actually would later on in life into adulthood become a DJ is kind of incredible. So you never know. You never know those little games that you play as a kid.
Megan's out here just inspiring, is what she's saying. I'm just kidding.
As a club owner. I was like, you're the DJ.
Inspiring and empowering. She saw her skill set from a young age.
I know how to spot talent. Listen, kid.
Let me tell you, you're gonna be a star someday.
You're gonna be a big star. I can't do the smoker voice for very long. Okay, Maddie, what was a career that you thought you would have, but ultimately didn't?
I have many.
Get into them.
I had many aspirations. One of the funniest, I think, to me, and I feel like I can loop these in, not that they're remotely the same, but they were around the same time, is one, I thought I wanted to be a teacher. And two, I thought I wanted to be a librarian.
Now, remember the librarian phase?
The teacher lasted for a while where I thought I wanted to be a teacher. And I have really close friends who are teachers, and I have all the respect for them because as an adult now, I realize I could not do that.
It's a lot.
And they are incredible people.
Yeah.
And
I'm over here like, yeah.
yeah,
They're incredible.
They're incredible. And you are not.
What are you doing?
You're not that. But like I can see how their like personalities and like character traits are perfect for it. And it's just amazing. And I'm a different person. And anyway, so it's incredible what they do, but I was convinced. I was like, I'm going to be a teacher. Watch out. And me and one of my besties growing up would play teacher. That was like what we'd do when she'd like come over. And we had all our little worksheets, like all organized.
I love that you printed worksheets.
Oh, yeah, we printed worksheets.
I attended one of your classes one time. Yeah.
We took it very seriously.
Oh,
We took it very seriously.
Grade papers.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, which actually is also funny to me because I was never good at school. So, like,
those who can't do,
teach. Whoa, maybe I am in the wrong career. Okay, quick question. If I were a teacher, what grade would I teach?
I actually think I could see you doing like middle school, maybe, or like right in like 8th grade, like 8th, 9th grade. Like not quite like a senior or anything, but like kind of like in between phase, you know?
I could see that. Okay.
Yeah, but they're not like, still wetting their pants or maybe picking their
I don't
nose
know,
in
in 8th
public.
grade, they might still be
Maybe. They're still nose picking, so maybe.
And then the other one that's so funny to me is like the fact that which I think this actually shows that I just like organizing things. And the fact that I really thought I was like, I'm going to be a librarian to the point, like I got enough into this that my mom purchased, like we went to like the teacher supply store.
Yes.
And we like purchased like the little cards that would go in the library books back in my day. So people could check them out. And I like literally organized all of our books.
Yeah. She like alphabetical order. She had the little sleeve. So if I wanted to borrow a book from our library, she would like write the date and stamp it and then give me a return date. And I was like, okay. Honestly, I kind of loved it though. I thought it was really sweet. And it was a good way to keep our books organized.
Yeah. She was an organized queen. What can I say? I just really thrive in organized space. So it's not surprising.
Speaking of space.
No.
Oh no,
Here we go.
When I was a kid, I think the number one career that I thought I would have, like the one that like lasted the longest outside of Puppeteer was astronaut. I was like convinced that I was going to go to space one day. And I don't know what shifted. I guess, just life happens. I think the realization of what all goes into actually being an astronaut, which I'll talk about here in a second. But I literally fueled myself through school with the idea that one day I would be an astronaut. Like I worked hard to get A's in elementary school because I knew that if I wanted to be an astronaut, I needed to get A's. Like A is for astronaut.
Yeah,
like I
gotta get
needed
good grades
to grind.
Were you good at like math and science?
When I was younger, yeah.
Those
I
were
mean,
your favorite subjects.
Technically, I was always like 1 year ahead in math, which. So she was on path. But then I got to calculus and I was like, I'm going to be a pop star now. Bye. So, maybe one day I could sing on the moon, but I think Lady Gaga is on trajectory to do that faster than me. So we'll see.
Hey, you never know.
You never know. You never know. Megan Nicole, Lady Gaga. I did look up what the requirements are to be an astronaut, and this is on nasa.gov. So
Isn't
this is
there
official.
like astronaut camp for kids? Or like NASA camp for kids or something?
There probably is an age limit to that.
Were you really on trajectory? No, I'm not saying for now.
I thought you were gonna be like, you could still go to camp. You could still live your dream.
No, I'm trying to say I don't think you were actually serious about your dream.
Because I never went to an astronaut camp. I only ever went to like church camps.
But I think there is isn't there like a NASA camp or something?
We lived in Houston for crying out
Houston.
loud. I was born and raised in Houston and I never went to NASA.
I'm so sorry for you. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Anyways,
And now NASA's been defunded. Are they funded again? Like they don't have like funding from the government.
okay, well, maybe that explains why the requirements didn't seem as crazy as I thought. According to nasa.gov, this is what is... Oh my gosh, am I good? I can't be an astronaut. I can't get through a sentence.
The space is already getting to you. The isolation.
So according to nasa.gov, these are the requirements to become an astronaut. Number 1, which your girl's done. Be a U.S. citizen. Check.
I am proud. No, I was gonna-
Proud to be. No. Okay, number 2. Possess a master's degree in a STEM field, including engineering, biological science, physical science, computer science, or mathematics.
I'm failing to see how this is not that difficult because you don't even have your undergraduate.
Oh, shoot! I forgot about that part. Okay, so I have at least 6 years, okay? Okay, so if
You
I
got
start
6
now...
years of schooling ahead of you.
I have 6 years of schooling. Then after 6 years of schooling, and I also was kind of being sarcastic because it's a lot. Okay. After 6 years of schooling, I will then need at least 2 years of related professional experience obtained after the degree completion, or at
Okay.
least 1,000 hours of pilot and command time on jet aircraft.
Okay, fair.
So maybe like join the Air Force or something to get 1,000 hours. Then
Simple.
done, check. Then I must
Sign me up.
then I must be able to pass the NASA long duration flight astronaut physical.
Yes, I've heard about the physical.
The long duration flight astronaut physical. Can't even say that sentence. Okay, so the master degrees requirement can also be met by 36 semester hours, okay, of work toward a doctoral program and something related to science or technology,
Okay.
or a completed Doctor of Medicine, okay, or completion of a nationally recognized test pilot school program. So, if I just take a simple 10 years starting at the age of 30, I could still make my dreams come true as long as I can pass the physical in my 40s.
I mean, it's not that unhinged. I feel like a lot of people who went to space
We're like kind of older,
were older.
right? Do I still do this? I run out of this room and I'm like, I quit.
No, you can't. Sorry. Listen, I believe in your dreams,
I'm crying.
but this is not it, sweetie.
Not the sweetie.
It had to be done.
Not the sweetie.
It had to be done. It had to be done. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, on that note, the fact that you thought that you would ever be
Say
an
it.
NFL cheerleader,
Say it.
you ain't got the bazoongas.
Oh, I got bazoongas.
I'm crying. Actually, fun fact, we had a cousin that was 3 times removed or something that actually was an NFL cheerleader. First of all, it is a lot of work
It is.
to become one.
Tell
Second
me
of all-
why I saw on TikTok this girl who was or this woman who was like, oh, day in a life of being a teacher and an NFL cheerleader. And I'm like, you ain't getting paid enough for either one of those things.
No. And that's a lot of work.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Because they go on around the same time. It'd be one thing if she was an NFL cheerleader in the summertime. But you're doing that in the same time as the school season. You know what I mean? During the school year, that's crazy. That's a lot of work.
I don't know, man.
How is she doing both?
I don't know. I should have asked her. It
Oh
just
my
was on
gosh.
my FYP, and I was like, huh, swipe.
Wild. But anyways, that was
Maybe she's lying.
yeah.
But I don't think it's like a full-time career. Like most of those women have other jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't, like you said, they don't think they get paid as much as you would think. It's really like it's a pretty difficult process to even become an NFL cheerleader.
Yeah.
And a lot of these people are very talented dancers. But I swear, all this to say, I thought I heard something that they have to wear specific like padding in their bra so they're all like uniform.
Uniform boobies?
Yeah. I could be making this up.
I would believe it.
But it kind of makes sense.
Freaking toxic.
Yeah, that part is. I feel like what they do is awesome, like being able to perform and dance. But yeah, it's interesting. There's still a lot of undertones of what's the word?
Misogyny.
It's giving misogyny. But they look amazing and they're empowered. And that's
We
what
love
Maddie
that.
wanted to be.
I think I just liked the, like, I don't know.
You
I
love,
think
well,
I
we grew up in Texas, so you
yeah,
loved
I
football.
just like the energy.
Yeah.
And
And
I
to
was
get
like,
to be on the
perfect.
sidelines of all the games?
Yeah, I was like, that'd be so fun.
Yeah.
And the fits are fire.
They really are. They really are. Especially like our team growing up was the Texans, and they had these like knee-high white boots.
A lot of them wear those boots.
the go-go
actually.
boots.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think so. Yeah. But I loved the boots. I really did.
She's like, I was in it for the shoes.
I was in it for the shoes. And that is the truest statement of them all. Any career where I can have like awesome shoes, then I'll be in.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Like
I'm sold.
fashion designer. That was another dream of yours.
Yeah, I definitely have always loved fashion. And I, for a second there, was like, I could be a fashion designer. And then I realized I can't draw. So,
Like at all?
no.
Neither can I really.
That sucks.
Mom is good at it. Like,
Like-
mom's pretty decent at drawing and painting. And what happened with us? I feel like you're a good painter though.
No.
Really?
And paint walls.
I mean, same, but like one color, like one coat. Is that what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
2 coats.
And I'm not even good at that. Okay, in here, I got the designs, right? In the head.
They're fire.
In
Yeah.
the mind. They're fire, okay? But like when I try to like sketch anything, you know what it is?
What?
It's like, how do people draw? Like, because you have to draw like a form.
Yeah.
Like a body.
Yeah, you have to have like you can buy like sketch paper with like a figure on it already, and then you can draw the dress on
Oh
them.
my God.
That's what you need to do.
I'm a designer for real.
I'm gonna buy that for you right now.
Merry Christmas.
Merry belated Christmas. Happy early birthday, Maddie. Here's some sketch paper to live out your fashion designer dreams.
Heck yeah. Another one I wrote down was this is just really funny to me now, which it's not false, but I wrote down because when I was a kid, for some reason, I was like, I'm going to be a mother. Now, when I say that, I think a lot of young girls have that dream because we're given baby dolls from a young age. But I never was like imagining like the married life. I think I was imagining, a single mom that works 2 jobs and loves the kids.
Yeah. That was what you were daydreaming about. She was like, I don't need no
I
man.
was going to be an empowered mother.
Wait.
Which I just think is like funny to me now because it's not it for me right now. But you know
dreams
what?
change. Dreams change.
I am a mother and Loki is my son.
Yeah, he's sleeping right now next to your feet.
I'm such a good mother. I bring him to work.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great.
Loki's a dog, by the way, for new listeners. He's a cutie.
But power to all the mamas because they do work very hard.
Oh.
And
no, that's why you put that down as like career because
yes,
literally.
no, I literally wrote it down as
full-time
career
job.
because I understand that that's a lot of work.
On a side note, kind of going back to me being an event planner and Maddie like dreaming about domestic life. I know for the most part when you like played mother, you didn't have like a man involved in your head, but that also didn't stop you from wanting to be polyamorous and having Literally 4 weddings back to back. No divorces.
That's not my fault, though, okay? You forced me into those weddings. You forced me into those marriages, okay? And what Megan's referring to is that she
Can I have a pause?
Yeah.
Can I have a pause? You're telling me that when you came to me and said Bugs Bunny and I, what we have is real, that first marriage meant nothing?
No, the first marriage meant everything. But then you got a taste. Then you got a taste of event planning. And you said, you know what? You're going to have 3 other marriages. And guess what? I'm not a divorce attorney, so...
I'm only an event and wedding planner, so you're going to marry Winnie the Pooh, the frog,
These
and
are
what
legally...
other stuffed animal do we have? Scooby-Doo.
These are legally blinding. Hello? These are legally binding marriages.
So, did you ever tell your current husband that?
Yeah, he knows. He understands.
Okay, he understands. He knows about the 4 other marriages.
Yeah, he gets really upset when he sees Winnie the Pooh around Disneyland.
With his no pant wearing.
Yeah.
Himself. A little crop top.
Gets real jealous. Gets real jealous. Yeah, his little crop top showing some under boob.
I'm crying.
But yes, okay, thanks for putting me on blast again. I got married 4 times, okay?
Not on blast. Honestly, impressive.
That's what it is. And how was I going to support those 4 marriages, you might ask? I was going to be a balloon artist.
This was a career that you wanted to pursue that actually you put some work into.
I did. I had little like instruction books that I would like go through, and I can make you a mean giraffe.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
What about a sword? Did you ever do sword?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Crown,
think
little
crowns,
tiaras.
You were an expert at making a balloon dog. You had that locked in.
Yeah. Flowers.
Yes. Okay, wait. That kind of ties in with the circus, though.
It does.
Maybe
it's full circle.
That could have been. You think in another life we were circus performers?
I think in this life we're going to be circus performers.
Maybe
because if we ever take the fuzzy pod on the road, it will be a circus. There's going to be balloon animals. There's going to be puppets.
There's going to be popcorn.
There's going to be popcorn. There's going to be cotton candy.
There won't be animal cruelty. But
no. There will be fake animals. Bet your bottom dollar.
That's the one thing we won't have.
Wasn't that outlawed?
The animals at the circus?
Yeah.
I feel like probably at this point. Right? Right? It has to be. Right? I don't know. We're not going to dig into that right now because we're going to talk about another career that your girl thought she was going to have. I thought I was going to have this career based off an aptitude test that I took when I was in 7th grade. Now, this just really gassed me up. It told me I was going to be a CIA agent. Okay, I didn't look up the requirements for that, and I didn't before this pod, but a CIA agent feels like one of those things, like they come to you.
Yeah, it's a recruitment. Yeah.
I don't feel like you.
I mean, I don't know.
You're like, I have no idea. It's giving them more like they pursue you. So at this point, if you need a average podcaster to be a CIA agent, maybe I'm your girl. Maybe I miss my calling. Maybe I can do both.
I think, first of all, a podcaster would be an excellent CIA agent. Just throwing that out there. Second of all, I would think that the CIA would be involved in these aptitude tests to where they would know, like, hey, this person scored really well for this. So that they would be tracking. You didn't go to college.
I didn't go to college.
I bet you anything. If you would have gone to college, they would have recruited you after college.
They would have known. They were like, in 7th grade, they said that she was going to be a CIA agent. And then she continued on the path that we calculated for her. And then after that, we handpicked her. And we said, look, you're going to do CIA stuff.
That would have been great.
You're gonna pretend to be 15 years old when you're 25 because you can do that. Because when I was 25, I still looked like a teenager. Actually, that would have come in really handy. The way I looked really young.
Yeah.
Even kind of now. Like, I don't think I look as young, but you know what I mean. Like,
listen, we could always still try.
We can try.
You could try.
Put it out there.
Yeah.
And then
they may come to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stares into the camera.
Although, I'm going to be honest, I can't do it because, well, I don't know. People call me mysterious.
Yeah. It's the eye for me. The intelligence of it all.
See, I didn't even understand the eye. Like, I knew what it meant, but I didn't understand what you meant by the eye. So it's for sure the eye for me.
Like, I'm not saying that I'm a completely stupid person or not very smart, but
you're not saying that you're dumb. You're just saying that
maybe I don't have the eye of the CIA, you know.
Listen, do we need the I? There's 3 letters.
Got the central and the agency. Okay.
There's one thing I have. It's agency.
My last one. I thought I was going to be a figure skater, and this dream probably lasted the shortest amount of time because it was just during like Winter Olympic season, and my parents had wood floors at the time. I put on my mom's pantyhose, and I would skate around the house. Skate. I put on a pretty dress, my mom's pantyhose, and slide around the wood floors and be like, I'm doing it. But the fact that I was probably 7, 8 years old and I would have been too old even then to start a career as a figure skater is wild.
It was too late.
It was too late. I was already geriatric.
Did you ever get mad when you were young about like stuff like that? I'd be like, if mom and dad would have just started me sooner,
I could have been a prodigy.
Yeah. If they just recognized my talents.
But what's so funny is it's like, you obviously didn't show an interest at all. So,
Yeah.
Because mom and dad always like,
oh, no, they put us in the things that we showed
interested
interest in.
Yeah.
But I'm like, why couldn't you just see my potential?
Like,
why force me into it?
Yeah, why didn't you know that I would be a figure skating prodigy? Like,
it's just ridiculous, honestly. For some reason, you talking about skating around on those floors in that house, I just like had a memory unlocked. Do you remember that giant like green blanket we had?
Yes.
Do you remember
the game?
Like
Okay, the game went like this. We would sit in the blanket, and then an adult, usually like our parents or like our aunt or something, would like hold the other like side of the blanket while we sat and
kind of like a sled.
Slide us around the wood floor. And it was like, I remember like being like, this is a roller coaster.
It was so much fun.
I want to do that again as an adult. I don't know if it'll have the same effect or if I can find a blanket big enough.
But this blanket, I feel like we would both sit on it.
Yeah. We were pretty young.
We were tiny too.
Yeah. So we were able to be flung around.
We were below the, what is it, the percentile?
We were small for our age. Yes.
Yeah.
Technically, I am small for my age now too.
Yeah. No, when you're an adult, does that
matter? Does it count?
I think it's only when you're a kid.
I'm below average.
All right. And with that, I think I can say my last one before we move on to our listener submissions. And that is that I was pretty certain that I was going to be a lawyer. And that dream lasted, honestly, for a while, up until like I went to college. And I still sometimes dream about it.
What kind of lawyer jargon do you know?
Quid pro quo.
What? Quid what? Quidditch? I object. The defense.
Okay, Megan is just going for it. She said, nah, I'm the lawyer.
You were just cry laughing.
Oh my gosh. Yes. So I don't really know what kind of law I wanted to do when I was younger. I just remember my mom telling me, you like to argue, so you should be a lawyer. And I was like, bet, Mom. And I didn't do it.
You're like, yeah, well, watch me.
And then when I got a little bit older, I was like, I think you're right, Mom. I think I want to be a lawyer. And then Mom and Dad were like, it's a lot of reading. And I was like,
You would have been like an Elle Woods type, though.
100%. I see that energy for me, and I'm still trying to manifest that, honestly. And then when I got older, I was like, if I do become a lawyer, I think I want to do like entertainment law, because I don't think I want to be like, I don't think I want to be like out there with
you don't want to have
villains.
To defend a criminal would be really hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's how you make a lot of money, though.
Entertainment law, though. I feel like
entertainment law, yeah, you can make some money. So I was like, okay, all right. Keep my hands clean. But that it is a lot of reading. So
Especially like when you
contracts.
first are getting when you're first getting
Mhm.
started. I feel like once you like work your way up, then eventually you're like,
You have the people that
read for you.
Yeah. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll still do it in my future.
Ooh.
I do know at some point I want to go back to school, but I don't know what for yet. So
Hey,
we'll
Kim
see.
Kardashian went and became a lawyer.
100%. And if Kim K can do it, I can do it.
Yes. Follow your dreams.
Follow my queen. I'm just kidding.
All right, so we asked you what you wanted to be when you grew up, and these are some of the responses we got. A singer. I wanted to be the next Selena. Hey.
Yes, queen. You
know
still can
what?
be.
You still can be. You still can be the next Selena. R.I.P. the queen.
I love that one. I love the shout out for a queen.
I know.
Oh, heck yes. This is someone after our own heart, Megan. Circus performer.
Yes. We could all start the circus
Listen.
together.
I have a proposition for you.
Listen, slide into our DMs. Okay, we have a business proposal.
Oh my gosh.
I like that this is double, okay? A lawyer and a cupcake shop owner. And I just like to think of them like existing at the same
Oh,
time.
100%. When you say that, I'm just imagining them coexist. It's like, here, have a cupcake.
Ooh, and the
And
cupcake
also-
place? Oh, also, yeah.
Go ahead. No,
Also, you got legal troubles? I got you. I was saying the cupcake place should be a play on like a pun of some sort with being an attorney. So think about this. Cupcakes,
Okay, what's that cupcake?
bakery,
Bakery, icing.
and then lawyer, attorney, law, paperwork,
Contracts.
contracts. We'll work on it.
We'll get back to you.
Ask ChatGPT.
When I was a child, I wanted to be a farmer and I wanted to drive a tractor.
You know
Honestly,
what?
fair.
Yeah. You see the tractor and you're like, this is why I want to be a farmer. It looks cool. Take you for a ride on my big green
Tractor, John Deere tractor.
That's the only part of the song I know.
I don't know what song that is. I'm just going with it.
Wait, you don't know that song?
No.
It's a real song. I'll take you for a ride on my big green tractor. We
Sponsored
can
by
go
John
slow
Deere.
or we can go faster. I don't think he's talking about tractor though.
No, he's not talking about tractor for sure. That's a jump scare.
Jump scare.
No, thank
Why is it
you.
green? I was kidding.
A John Deere.
No. Never
Oh,
mind.
his tractor.
Yeah. Next one. A professional soccer player. Well, that's a lot of running.
Could not be me and my asthma.
That is a lot of running. But I would imagine that that's a dream for a lot of people just because it's literally the biggest sport, question mark? I believe it is.
If you're calling it soccer, can you be a professional?
Okay, so my take is if you're in the States, soccer is an appropriate name to use. But if you're outside, use football. That's what I think. It's just
saying.
region specific.
But we're the only region.
We're the only region that does a lot of things differently, okay? We measure things differently.
We're not. Are we the only region that uses the metric? That's what it's called, right? I think there's a few other
We
places.
don't use the metric system.
We
What is it even called?
we don't got the eye.
We don't got the eye.
There's a
We
reason.
really
weren't
don't got the
recruited.
eye.
We're sorry. So are we the only country that does not use the metric system? Would be the question.
We use the imperial system.
Of course we do.
Okay, so apparently the US, so us, Myanmar, and Liberia are the only countries to still use the imperial system.
Where did it come from?
I think it had to do with like something with like colonization or I don't know, man. That's a get into that for another day, unless you want me to look it up right now.
Huh.
Why weren't we taught that though? Like when we're being taught how to use the imperial system, why don't we talk about the fact that we're like one of 3 places that use it
Yeah.
and why that is?
But it would be so interesting. Like, because also, like, my brain, just like, if someone, for example, let's talk about like temperature. If someone says, like, oh, it's this, degree Celsius.
Yeah.
My brain can't even, like,
No, yeah.
contemplate, is
But
that hot? Is that cold? Like,
Basically, everyone else
you know what I
uses
mean?
it, yeah.
Like, I can't be like, oh, that's really cold. Like, I can't.
Okay, so in France, the metric system and centigrade ruled. In Great Britain, it was the imperial. And because Britain had so much influence here in North America and Canada and the United States, it sided with the imperial system. But then
they switched, and now they make fun of us.
But then
That was really Uno reverso, 1-2 punch.
It was a full-on Uno reverse card played by Great Britain.
How dare they?
Here you go. We're going to give you all these things.
They're like, here you go. Here, it's great. It's great. You stupid.
Now you're the only ones that use it.
Oh my goodness.
What were we even talking about? Professional soccer player.
All right, we gotta rapid fire these. A train engineer.
Ooh,
You
actually,
still can be.
that's...
It's a dying art form.
The fact you use the word dying, I was actually going to talk about, it's actually a very traumatic job because a lot of people
Die?
they jump in front of them and things like that. Yeah.
Train engineers?
Like the people that run the train
Oh, they experience people.
and they can't stop it in time.
Yes. Oh,
And
I
more
thought
than
you
you
were
realize.
saying the train engineers often jump in front of their own trains.
No. Like train engineers see a lot of traumatizing things.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe don't do that job.
Okay.
That's horrible. Why would you tell?
I'm sorry. I'm just giving
There's
information
some
that
things
I've heard.
I don't need to be aware of.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, this one will make you smile. Pokemon Master. I love that.
That's wholesome.
That one made me smile.
And
I
you
too-
still can.
Well, within the game, yes. Oh, that'd be incredible, though.
A fighter pilot.
Dang. Wow.
Big
Dang.
aspirations.
That's big, yeah. I think that's something, that'd be one of my steps towards being an astronaut.
You have to become a pilot. Yeah. You have to join, what'd you say, the Air Force?
Yeah, maybe as one of your paths. I thought I was going to be an actor after seeing High School Musical, but soon realized I couldn't dance, sing, or act. And you know what? We love someone who's honest with themselves.
We love a self-aware human.
Now, I think we all did this at one point or another, where you put yourself on tape just to watch back and see how you performed,
Yeah.
what your singing sounded like, because sometimes in your head it sounds different.
Oh, it sounds so much better in your head.
Or you would ask your friends. And so, yeah. But hey, you know what? Through some lessons, if you wanted, you could make something happen.
I don't know. I mean, some people just really can't, though.
Maddie's here to keep it real.
I mean, if you can't, you can't. You know?
You know what? You're right.
I'm just saying. All right, next up, a Navy pilot.
More pilots.
I got 2 pilots in a row.
all the pilots. Professional surfer or Imagineer. I love that. I love both
the
of those.
difference. That's so great. A garbage man, for the simple fact that they hung on the back of garbage trucks, looked fun.
I love that. As a kid, you're like, yo, this guy.
A
Look at him.
sanitary. What are they called? What are they called? A sanitary department.
Work for the sanitary department.
Honestly, respect though, because that does look fun.
Nowadays, though, a lot of like people that work for sanitary departments, their trucks have like claws.
They do.
So you can be like a gamer? Question mark?
Yeah.
Try to use the claw to like grab the can.
Dude, the way that I am like find childlike joy in watching that. And also like once a quarter they like come and collect like our, I don't know, like green waste or like leaves and stuff. I was mesmerized. We had like so many bags of like, because we have a lot of trees on our, like around our house. And so we had like, I'm not even joking, probably like 30 bags of leaves.
That was a lot.
The truck that came to get it was like, yeah, it was like claws, like grabbing. I was like, this is so cool. I like sat at the window and watched that.
You're an adult, so imagine being a kid seeing that. You're like, whoa, that's it right there.
It was
That's
so
it right
cool.
there. I like this one. An interior designer living in New York. I just love that it has like the full vision.
We love that. A painter.
Okay. We were just talking about how neither one of us have an artistic
Not
bone in our
me,
body.
but I love that for you.
An astronaut. Hey, another fellow astronaut. I failed and am failing every math course. Okay, yeah. That might be important. They also said you can go the science route, though, or the doctor route. So
you still have options.
I don't think you need math for those.
You don't need the
math for
maths.
science.
You don't need the maths.
Physics? What?
You don't need it. You don't need. Someone else will do it. Someone else, another astronaut, a co-astronaut. They'll handle the math.
You can just be there for the vibes.
Yeah.
They need to have more astronauts there just for the good vibes, you know?
They need
just for the morale.
positive energy, right? Like they need people bringing the team together.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you're so focused on the math and the science of it all, you're not there for the team energy.
Yeah. Especially if someone's having, an existential crisis, looking out the window.
I mean, I know I could never go to space, first of all, because I would just lose my mind. But second of all, we've done those like little, simulator things at Disney World.
At Disney World.
And I was
sure they're very accurate.
To me, it was enough because I was like, I could not handle it.
It was going so fast. And we didn't have air coming into ours.
No, ours was broken, so there was no air.
We both got off that ride and we were like, bro, I felt like I couldn't lift my head. It was like my face was glued to the back of my seat. It was crazy.
I want to know how accurate that is, actually.
What if
it's like 1% accurate, 20% accurate, 50% accurate? We got to look that up. Next one says, doctor or professor, but now I'm an employee in a firm in operations.
In operations? Like,
I don't know what that means. I think it's like business operations.
Yeah.
I don't think like beep, beep, scalpel, beep, beep. Yeah.
I did forget to mention, I actually relate to that for a short period of time. I did think I was going to be a doctor.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't bring that one up.
I totally forgot.
Yeah, Megan really thought she was going to be a doctor.
Yeah, I would play this knee simulation game, like where you would do
knee surgery.
Sorry, knee surgery. Yeah, it would literally be a simulation of like doing a knee operation or hip replacement.
It was fun.
I don't know why I did that on my free time, but
I did it too. It was fun. I was
like, I could do this.
The cartoon version.
And you could do this.
The cartoon version of surgery. You're like, yeah, I could do this. Looks very different in real life.
So much more blood. So different. So much more red.
The thought of having to
I'm crossing my legs right now. And it hurts.
I know.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on to this last one, okay? It says, Ice Cream Man. I desperately wanted the change belt they had. So cool. I'm trying to, I guess it's like a little fanny pack or something, or maybe they have like stacks of the coins.
It's worth
I've seen those,
stacks of coins, and you push down and it goes, and the change comes out.
As an ice cream man, though, you could play the tunes. You can make people's day.
I also feel like people at like fairs have those.
Yeah,
I'm talking about like that are operating the games.
Oh, the change belt. Yeah, 100%. I think I've seen them like at Sonic too in the past.
I had Sonic finally the other day. Like, I've been talking about it for
a while,
a year. And I finally got some Sonic.
It's good, right? It still holds up. It's nostalgic.
It's so good.
I do love a cherry limeade.
It just hits. It's good. That's all I'll say. That's all you get.
Thank y'all so much for your submissions this week, y'all. It was awesome hearing from you. And please tell me why I got slightly emotional over this subject. And I think it's because when we're young, the world and the possibilities just seem endless.
Yeah.
And then sometimes reality settles in, but also sometimes reality is better than anything we could have imagined.
100%.
And we always find ourselves exactly where we're meant to be.
Absolutely.
But it's always fun looking back on the ridiculous jobs that we thought we would have. And I just love that as a child, we don't even have a second thought to the requirements involved to some of these professions.
No, it's just, sounds fun. So we're like, we can do that. Why not?
I can do it. Why not? I think
we should take some of that energy with us still.
100%. We should take some of that energy with us into adulthood, into 2024. And what I'm trying to say is I'm going to at least rent a book on space from my library. Or maybe the person that got one for Christmas that said it was their worst gift they ever received, they could re-gift it to me.
Very true. That is facts right there. Thank you guys so much again. And if you enjoyed today's episode, do not forget to leave a rating and review. And we want to hear from you. If we didn't get to read your childhood career dreams or you missed the prompt, leave us a comment. We'd love to hear what you guys wanted to be when you grew up. What?
Grown up when you grew up.
When you grew up.
Thank y'all again so much for listening, and be sure to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.